responsibility. Hello, everybody, and welcome to an historic night here this week on the Reality Wrestling. Clay Roberts joins us. Kirby, carry on. Let's not waste any time. The main event is the biggest main event in recent memory. Mysterious Q defends against Gino Medina.
Absolutely. Gino Medina there's no one quite like him. I've been in the ring with him. I've never been in the ring with Mysterious Q, but the way Q is wrestling right now with Booker T in his corner, this is going to be a matchup like nothing we've ever seen.
Kirby, carry on. Your thoughts on our main event.
Gino Medina has a chance to make more history here tonight, and I quite frankly think that Mysterious Q is really got to watch out here because I think we got a new champion in our sights here tonight.
All that and more this week on the Reality Wrestling. We're not going to waste any time. The row starts right now. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is set for one fall. Introducing first, representing Lights, Camera, Faction, he is Action Braxton! Action Braxton representing Lights, Camera, Faction here tonight. What do you think of this collective here, Clay Roberts?
My goodness, I tell you what, man, this is quite the crew. Very loud, very boisterous, and it's smart. I tell you, smart wrestlers travel in packs. I do it myself. You look at these men out here, this is just, you can feel energy as soon as they walk through the curtain.
Kirby, carry on. We saw two members of Lights Camera Faction go 2-on-2 for the Reality Wrestling Tag Team Championships unsuccessfully. But now Action Braxton wants to get Lights Camera Faction to their winning ways tonight against Izzy J.
Action Braxton is definitely the one to watch in this group because he is the most successful singles wrestler out of this entire faction, no pun intended. But tonight, he faces off against somebody who is coming in here with a head of momentum, and it's going to be a very tough test for Action Braxton. He's got to show us what he's got here tonight.
Off the floor, just let these know I'm the GOAT, that's no joke. Look, I pull up on the smoke. Crack a smile, I got some cold. I big, I real.
On the back alley gutter, this is Izzy J.
Well, here he comes, the Gutter Snake, coming off of probably one of the biggest wins of his career in that casket match against JP Harlow. And tonight he faces off against Action Braxton.
And I'll tell you what, Izzy James is no stranger to the numbers game, a former member of Legion. He's a former tag team champion, but 4-on-1 is what it looks like right here. He's gonna have to have eyes in the back of his head, and I don't think snakes have eyes in the back of their head, quite frankly.
Last I checked, they do not. But Izzy James has pulled off some very incredible feats before, Kirby, carry on. I mean, that casket match, of course, was something to be remembered.
It absolutely was the first of its kind here in the World Gym Arena, as it looks like Action Braxton might be sending Lights Camera Faction to the back. The confidence that he must have that he thinks he can take on Izzy James one-on-one is incredible. I think it's something to be commended, personally.
All right, here we go. Ice Williams accompanying Action Braxton. Wait a minute. Oh! Well, that's one way to play a little mind games, Clay Roberts.
No doubt about it. Izzy James falling right into that, already rushing in. There it is.
Big knee strike right there from Action Braxton and already yelling cut.
Izzy James needs to get control of this situation. He was suckered in early with the mind games of Action Braxton.
Oh, man. Big chop to the chest there. These guys from Lights Camera Faction are definitely making their presence known here around the Reality of Wrestling. They roll in packs, as Clay Roberts said. Oh, look at that. Oh. And they're always rising to the occasion. Oh! Cover 1, 2.
Izzy James is not a small man. He's very deceptively agile for his size, as we saw right there. My goodness.
And right there, there's the numbers game. Oh! Oh, man, look at that. Action Braxton turning it into a crossface. Wow. You should be impressed by that.
I am indeed. He's absolutely on a roll right now early in this match. And he used the palm strike and the man on the floor to get the upper hand.
Clay Roberts, 1, 2. We'd be remiss if we didn't ask you and do our journalistic duties asking you what's the update on the shoulder, how are we recovering?
Currently waiting to hear from it. I'm actually also currently trying to contest what the rules are in professional wrestling with an injury occurring at the end of a match. If someone is physically unable to continue, can they defend their title? But that's neither here nor there. You see Lights Camera Faction using the numbers game to their advantage on Izzy James.
And right now, Action Braxton seems to be in the driver's seat. And I talked about the momentum coming in from Izzy James. It seems to have been completely halted by Action Braxton here tonight.
I'm very impressed so far. We've seen Action Braxton in a limited capacity tag. He was in the King of the Summer Battle Royal at the Summer of Champions, of course. He's holding his own thus far, Clay Roberts, against Izzy James.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very rare that you see someone that can talk, smack, and back it up. Action Braxton showing that he can do that right here as he continues to talk, smack, and smack Izzy James for that matter.
Just straight up taunting. Straight up taunting Izzy James, who still, even though victorious, the one has to imagine the casket match takes a lot out of you.
No doubt about it. JP Harlow is a hell of a wrestler, whether it's in a casket match or any kind of match, and he went through a war back-to-back matches, and there's no doubt that he's got to be feeling the effects of that here. It looks like he's trying to, the gutter snake is finding his fight right here.
Oh, and a big chop there from Braxton, as right now, Ice Williams on the outside, he is getting fired up, ironically, to his name.
There it is. You'd love to see it. You'd love to see someone that knows how to stretch the rules without breaking them. Action Braxton doing me proud right now.
Action Braxton in full control here right now against Izzy James. This is not a sight I thought I'd see, but I did say that he was the most successful singles wrestler out of the entire group, and he is showing us exactly why here right now.
I got to think it was a mistake from Izzy James. He came in expecting a tag tender, a tag partner. Right here we're seeing he's in the ring with someone who is absolutely a bona fide single superstar, even if I think his taunt button might be broken on his controller.
It very well could be.
And
right now, just trying to wear down Izzy James.
Oh, look at that. Maybe he got the opening that he needed, did Izzy James. Action Braxton, though, again, charging full steam ahead. And now just sending Izzy James. Oh, nope, big counter there from Izzy, the gutter snake. Big clothesline, and here we go, back elbow.
It's not what Action Braxton wants. Izzy James is getting on a roll here.
Cover, 1, 2.
And you saw it there, we saw it. The center of gravity of Izzy James came right down on the lower abdomen of Action Braxton. That's exactly the way you want to do that senton. Izzy James just about has it mastered.
Izzy has this crowd behind him.
Oh! Like a stunner there. Now into the cover here. Action Braxton could have just put this one away too, but no. That was such a close call there for Action Braxton. He almost got a gigantic victory here in our opening contest.
Right, Braxton needs to get on his game right now. He's got Izzy stunned. He's had him rock this whole match. He needs to get on him right now.
The high knee misses. The roll through from Izzy James into the cover. Only a 2 count. Misses with the clothesline. Izzy James rolls him up once again. A 2 count. Oh, but look at that.
My goodness. A combo from Izzy James, the hottest he's been all night.
Taking out Ice Williams. Little roll through senton right there. 1, 2, and that's enough to get the job done. Wow. Wait a minute, Izzy James. Hightailing out of there. That was a smart move by the gutter snake.
Absolutely. They don't call him a snake for nothing. He slithered out of that conundrum.
The momentum continues here for Izzy James tonight. As Lights Camera Faction gets put away one more time.
Still to come, we have a massive main event. Mysterious Q goes one-on-one with Gino for the Reality Wrestling Championship. Don't go anywhere. This is The Row.
The king of solar screen.
Ballistic Barrier Products.
Two companies.
One goal, you.
For almost 20 years, we have led the industry in providing an American-made product that's not only safe, but dependable.
And now Ballistic Barrier has curtains for walls, doors, and windows.
A window covering that saves lives and deters active shooters.
A shade to prevent more harm to our schools, our churches, our offices, our homes. With its Kevlar core, you can rest assured that safety is in front of you.
From Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, Shimbashi! Kirby, carry on. You are the historian. Talk to me. What do we know about Shimbashi?
Shimbashi comes to us from Lion's Pride, and he is from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. He is known as the Canadian Dragon, and he is very technically sound. And if I were to describe his offense, it would have to be explosive.
Explosive is a good word to describe him. Technically sound is a better word to describe him. I've actually been in the ring with Shimbashi. Shimbashi is one of the better technical wrestlers in the back, we'll put it that way. Very curious to see what he can do here.
And his opponent, from Sinaloa, Mexico, he is the Morning Star, Rudy Garza! Rudy Garza has been impressive as of late. He has been on a winning streak. Kirby, carry on. This is something that I think he's been waiting for, to put all the pieces together, to find the correct formula to get to winning ways here at The Row.
Rudy Garza definitely has a lot to fulfill here for himself in the reality of wrestling, and a win here over newcomer Shimbashi could definitely be what puts him on the map. Most recently we saw him go against Terrell Tempo and get a victory, but that was before Terrell Tempo really rose to a new level and became the Texas champion. If Rudy Garza can get to that level soon, I think we've got another contender on our hands here.
Rudy Garza is someone who from day one has been a threat to anyone he steps in the ring with. He is all flash, he is all fire, but quite frankly, he's got a handful here with Shimbashi.
All right, here we go. This is one-on-one. Shimbashi, his debut on reality wrestling television, going against Rudy Garza, who's been a veteran in recent years. We've seen Rudy as a member of tag teams. We've seen him a member of factions. He's been stepping out on his own as of late. And the Morning Star, one-on-one with Shimbashi.
You've got to imagine that the pressure is on for Shimbashi to show out here tonight, because he earned this opportunity. As of late, we've been doing some non-televised student shows, and Shimbashi impressed to where he earned this shot here to get a match against Rudy Garza on national television. So that kind of spotlight has got to be massive on him, wouldn't you say, Clay?
Absolutely. I'm very curious how the young man Shimbashi will handle the mind games of Rudy Garza. Rudy is always running his mouth. He's always talking. He's always trying to get in your head. I'm curious how Shimbashi will combat that here.
As you can see right here, that headlock gets broken up by Rudy Garza, but runs right into that shoulder tackle from Shimbashi, the Canadian Dragon.
Canadian Dragon, Shimbashi, Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Great province for pro wrestling.
Look at this, rolls right into the cover.
That's sound fundamentals right there from Shimbashi. He was ready.
Wow, look at that.
Absolutely.
Beautiful. And that is technical ability right there. I mean, that was textbook.
No doubt about it. Shimbashi was ready for the hip toss. He knows that's a wrestling staple, is tackle, drop down, leapfrog, hip toss. He was ready for it. He had a counter for it and followed up with some beautiful arm drags.
Oh. Rudy Garza with a disrespect to Shimbashi.
Beautiful. You might not find that in a wrestling textbook, but guess what? When you go one-on-one in a fight here, that's going to do it.
Absolutely trying to get in the young man's head. Whoa!
And look at this, Shimbashi able to get the upper hand here against Rudy Garza. Now into the cover, one. Only a 1 count. May have spent a little bit too much time going after that cover.
Absolutely, you called it, Kirby. You don't get things right very often, but that time you did. He should have gone for the pin before he went back to that crowd. These fans are disgusting and sickening, but they are very powerful when they get behind you.
Oh, now I think it was a rake to the eyes right there from Rudy Garza. Got him the upper hand as we got one suplex. Rudy Garza now going in once again for a second one.
Look at that, Rudy Garza, the kip-up, and the Morning Star, proud of his work.
Rudy Garza only has 2 amigos, but it's him and his ego.
Well said, Clay Roberts, well said.
Again, stretch those rules, rake those eyes, drag him across the ropes. Do whatever we can to slow down the wrestling fundamentals of Shimbashi.
Now Rudy Garza has got to watch out here. We know that explosive offense from Shimbashi could come at any moment. As soon as he finds it, we are just going to be seeing everything go off the rails here. But Rudy Garza so far doing a good job of keeping that at bay.
My goodness.
Oh, and you saw that right there, Rudy Garza into that cover. He used the ropes to try and get more leverage, but not enough to keep Shimbashi down.
I think it's a little too early, even with the leverage, to keep someone as strong and as spry as Shimbashi down this early. Here's how Shimbashi is going to work up out of this.
Oh, backs him up right into the corner. There we go. There's the explosiveness we talked about. And here comes Shimbashi.
He's finding a rhythm here. He's finding a rhythm. Rudy needs to do something.
Oh,
goodness.
Sent his hip right into the dome piece of Rudy Garza cover. 1, 2, and a kick out by the Morning Star.
Yeah, we have a good view of it right here. I think Rudy's eyes might be glazed over. Maybe you need to roll out of the ring, create some distance, slow this thing down, slow the young man down however you can. There you go.
Able to send Shimbashi outside, creating that space like you said, Clay. But now look at this, goes right through. Thought he was gonna go for a cover. Oh!
My goodness.
A giant knee strike that could have put away Rudy.
1, 2, and no.
Shimbashi here. Thought he had him with that knee strike. Used to maybe try to get on Rudy, hop on him. His eyes are glazed over. You need to hop on him. It's the inexperience.
I mean, for only being a professional wrestler for a year and a half, I think Shimbashi's doing a great job, but you're right, Clay. He did need to keep on the attack. That timing right there could have been what just gave Rudy Garza the opening he needed.
And Rudy, here we go.
Oh,
Icarus. 1, 2, 3, and Shimbashi flew too close to the sun.
We were talking about it, Rudy Garza continuing his winning streak here tonight against Shimbashi, and what a win it was, an emphatic Icarus to put away the upstart.
Great win there by Rudy Garza. And we only have one match left in our program this evening, gentlemen, and it is going to be a massive one. We're going to see Mysterious Q defend his Reality Wrestling Championship against Gino Medina. And that match is up next.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson for Walker, Texas lawyer.
Hall of Famer Booker T here, and I've been crushing opponents in the ring for over 20 years. But Walker, Texas lawyer, been crushing insurance companies in the courtroom for over 30. If you're injured, call Walker, and he'll crush the insurance company for you. Now, can you dig that?
former three-time Reality of Wrestling champion, making his way down to the ring. And he is going to be facing off against another man who has multiple reigns for himself in the Mysterious Q. This is a matchup for the ages, Clay Roberts.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Title on the line, no title on the line. Parking lot, back alley, arena full of people. Gino Medina versus Mysterious Q promises to be an instant classic.
And his opponent, representing the Heat from New Orleans, he is the reigning and defending Reality of Wrestling champion, the Mysterious Q.
Mysterious Q has been turning away every single challenger in this fourth reign of his as the Reality of Wrestling champion. And maybe, just maybe, Gino Medina is going to be the next victim on this list here, Clay.
Right there, we heard a lot of accolades from Mysterious Q. We heard Reality of Wrestling champion. We heard that he's from New Orleans. We heard all of those things, but the most important one might just be that he is representing the Heat. The Heat has been an absolute devastating force here at Reality of Wrestling. So you gotta wonder, Gino again, eyes in the back of the head. What's gonna happen in this match? I'm personally hoping to see good, sound wrestling out of these two.
Well, you're definitely going to get that. I mean, there's no doubt about it. You can say what you want about the Mysterious Q and the ways that he gets to his victories, but a force in professional wrestling is Q, and Gino Medina, his accomplishments also speak for himself. A three-time Reality Wrestling champion, the youngest heavyweight champion in professional wrestling history. This is a match that is a main event anywhere in the world, and I don't use that expression lightly. Gino and Q, you're in our main event, the road.
Now, to just give you guys some insight as to why this match is so massive, the very first time that Gino Medina won the Reality of Wrestling Championship was actually over 7 years ago, and he won that from the Mysterious Q. Now, that was a triple threat match that also included Ryan Davidson, and this is the very first time that we have seen this match one-on-one here in the World Gym Arena.
Wow. Listen to the stats there. You are witnessing something that promises to be great.
Absolutely.
Championships on the line. Gino Medina, Mysterious Q. There's our opening bell, and we are officially underway.
Guys, I might get lost in this one. This might be a little tougher for me to call commentary for me. We have two excellent professional wrestlers in the ring. Sometimes I just get caught up in the match. Let's see what's going to happen.
The bell just rang, and I've already got goosebumps here. This matchup is going to be a classic. I can already tell. These two are two of the cornerstones here for the Reality of Wrestling, and they're going to be incredibly evenly matched.
You see it right there. It's the machismo of Gino Medina against the ego of Mysterious Q, already pushing. Who's the stronger man? Who can win the lockup battle? These early little jousts. That's what makes this match so interesting to me.
Oh, right there from Gino Medina. Able to get an advantageous position here. Now, what does being in this hole do to your psyche, especially this early in the matchup, Clay?
You know, no one's going to tap out from an arm bar. No one's going to tap out from an arm bar or from an arm drag. What it does, it's one-upsmanship. It's losing your pawns in the chess match. It's saying, yeah, I can just take things from you. Gino, oh my goodness.
And look at that, able to recover rather quickly was Gino. But Mysterious Q thinking one step ahead.
We talked about these guys wrestling years ago. They've got each other scouted. They know the counters to their counters. Very smart from Q. Gino's getting on a roll early. Q creates that distance. We do see the frustration here, though, as he's pulling on the guardrail.
Q and Gino have almost had parallel careers here in the Reality of Wrestling. It is incredible that in the World Gym's history, they have never met one-on-one. I mean, that is a unbelievable stat. They have been across the ring from one another, of course, most recently in that battle for control of Reality of Wrestling at the Summer of Champions. Q represented Team Booker. Gino representing Team Charmel. We know who came out the victor of that contest.
Yes, it's quite unfortunate. Charmel's team did come out on top, but, you know, Booker T doing everything he can to keep this place running properly. I tell you, this is something that's going to be an absolute theme of this match. You ask around the locker room who has the hardest chops in reality of wrestling, and it would not surprise me if they said either one of these men, Gino and Q. Gino has drawn blood on my chest before.
Look at that.
The athleticism.
Gino's just so good. He's so fast. He's so quick.
I'll tell you what's so dangerous about Gino. It's that athleticism that he stands up on the top rope, does a handstand into a Hurricane Rana just to get back to a fundamental basic side headlock and slow the action back down. It's controlling the pace of the match.
I think you've hit the nail on the head there, Clay. That's something I never really thought about, but Gino truly knows how to always control everything about the matchup. Even when you think that you've got him figured out, he is able to adapt every single time, and it is always such a treat to watch.
Absolutely, a ring general in the purest of sense. Look at this! Oh my goodness. Gino was trying to take Mysterious Q to arm drag city one too many times. Q got fed up with it and fed him a back elbow.
Look at this, Gino now taken to the outside by Mysterious Q, but I don't think Q realizes that Gino was still with the wherewithal there. Now the sweep from Gino as everybody from the World Gym Arena is coming behind here. Gino.
Oh my goodness.
He had it scouted.
Absolutely. Gino likes to go for that over-the-top rope, Eddie Guerrero-like flip. Mysterious Q had it absolutely scouted, caught him right in the jaw.
To give it the proper name there, Clay, tope con hilo was exactly what Gino was going for. A maneuver made very, very famous here in the United States by Eddie Guerrero. But look at this, Gino now in a bad spot.
Absolutely. Keep me straight on the Spanish pronunciation. I am from Alabama after all.
Skipperville, nonetheless.
Yeah, it's a rough time. That's why I left.
I hear you. Gino trying to fire back in. This crowd firmly behind El Intocable.
No doubt about it.
Look at that from Q. Oh my gosh. The force, the intensity.
The distance on the jump. Mysterious Q. Two count there. Going back, trying to wear down Gino. I tell you, that's always been the MO. That's always been sort of the thumbprint, if you will, of Mysterious Q's offense. He is extremely large, deceptively agile. We've seen him hit 450 splashes. He flies through the air like a cruiserweight. Gino Medina needs to have, oh goodness, wow. This is how you counter it. You get physical.
Blood from the chest. Gino's going to try to get on the Mysterious Q.
Absolutely.
Golly, you feel that. Crowd wants to see it one more time.
Here we go.
And you said he drew blood from your chest doing that, right, Clay?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We'll see if Q can find the fight to get through it like I did.
There you go. Q wasn't going to fall for it twice. Cover, 1, 2.
Yeah, Gino went to the well one too many times there. Mysterious Q had it scouted. You see Mysterious Q actually checking the chest for blood here.
He's shocked just like the rest of us by those chops. Good Lord.
Yeah, but this crowd is thoroughly, entirely 100% behind Gino, and Q is doing his best to shut that down right away.
Impressive display from both men in our main event this week on the Reality Wrestling. You won't see action like this anywhere else here on the Gulf Coast. The Reality Wrestling Championship, the pillar of professional wrestling excellence.
Absolutely. This is professional wrestling the way it's supposed to be. This is physical, in your face, hard hitting to a crowd full of people. Fighting back, fighting from underneath. Oh, goodness. Sits him down with that chop and silence the crowd simultaneously. If you're Mysterious Q, you've got to be happy about that.
Look at them.
Since Mysterious Q took off the mask, this has actually been sort of his MO. Again, we talk about these thumbprints of professional wrestlers. He has the mask off. He is now jaw-jacking with this crowd. He's making sure they know he's in complete control with this almost modified abdominal stretch here.
Look, make no mistake, Q's the man. You know what I mean? He's proven it since the very first Summer of Champions all the way through the most recent. He continues to prove why he is the reality wrestling champion, why he's the franchise, why he's been the pinnacle.
No doubt about it. He's looking to maybe conquer a ghost of the past here in Gino, who, as Kirby recently said, Gino was able to beat him for that reality wrestling title. Oh my goodness!
Hanging Gino Medina up on that top rope.
Almost a modified TKO. Spun Gino Medina off of his shoulders into the hop shot. Gino to the floor, and Q here is satisfied with the count-out victory.
And the cockiness from Mysterious Q that we've seen, as you said, ever since he took that mask off. And that's not something you want to do against Gino Medina.
But look at that, just taunting Gino Medina.
It is swagger. It is absolute swagger. Look at this, going after Gino. It's surprising. Q said he wants to put more of a beating on Gino. Oh, that's exactly.
Good Lord, I mean, this is just a maul.
And Gino defiant in the face of that chop.
And here comes another chop. Oh, no. Q could have broken his hand.
As hard as they're swinging those chops, if you hit anything other than a chest, there's no doubt there will be damage. And Mysterious Q just collided with that ring post. Look at this.
Oh, dive from one side of the ring to the other.
Unorthodox is the answer. That's what that was. Very unorthodox.
Gino risking life and limb, quite literally, for the Reality Wrestling Championship. This is what we do here at the Row.
I'll tell you what I saw there. He didn't do it from the ring. He did it off the apron. He got to a position where Q wouldn't be able to see him.
It's the evolution of his game, as always.
Another one. You saw the perspiration bounce off of the chest of Q with that chop from Gino.
And folks, this isn't wrestling anymore. This is a fight. The shoulders.
It's classic Gino right there as he sets up Q in the corner. Now hits him with that elbow. Y aquí viene el intocable.
And the punches raining down on the dome piece of Mysterious Q. Oh, look at that, and now just a body avalanche.
We're seeing it right here. Oh, my goodness. I think Q got the arm up, but Gino kicked through it.
Remember, Q is out here performing spectacularly and doing it solo dolo. The Heat has been barred from ringside, of course. If any member of the Heat were to get physically involved, Charmel Huffman said that they would be fired on the spot.
My goodness. That definitely throws a wrinkle in. Q has to get the job done himself. And this crowd is completely behind Gino.
And we could be just one scarlet letter away here as he's got the arm hooked up. Here goes the leg. No.
Look at this. Gino's going to go for a ride.
Both of these guys know each other so well, but look at that.
Wow, almost a modified hip toss. He had the arm low. Popped Gino over. Innovative offense. You see when these guys know each other so well, they have to pull some new tricks out of the hat. Oh! Unless that trick still works. I saw Gino try to fight through that, try to tough his way through it. There's no toughing your way through something that has just the pop of these chops. Oh my goodness.
This is just a war of attrition between these two. Who will crumble first?
Brad, I saw Gino's lats. Ripple with the force of these chops.
Man. Oh my God. So at one point, it just feels uncomfortable to even watch.
Both guys had the exact same idea.
They hold on. Oh. These two are crushing it right now. I mean,
you can tune in to a lot of wrestling shows. You can tune in and see a lot of flips and dives. But when you see a fight between two men, That's what you're seeing here, and this crowd appreciates it. Oh, wait a minute.
Wait a second.
Well, we made mention of it. Gaspar, if he gets physically involved, he's done as far as Charmel's concerned.
Oh, but look at this. Oh, the Q cutter.
Wait, Q going for a Q cutter.
Gino getting distracted here. Looks like he's going to go for a ride.
Gino getting distracted by Gaspar Hernandez. Gaspar not physically involved yet.
Oh! Saw him rake the eyes there. The angle that he raked him out, that was brutal.
Oh, no,
Q cutter.
not like this.
Q cutter. 1, 2. And a kick out from Gino out of the Q cutter. Out of the Q cutter. Out of the Q cutter.
The fire and the heart of the Latin heartthrob of El Intocable, Gino Medina on display. Q's got to be wondering, what is it going to take?
I think my heart skipped a beat for a second there as Gino kicked out of that Q cutter. That is a maneuver that has taken down many people here at the Reality of Wrestling. And now Q is somehow going to have to dig deep and figure out a way to take down El Intocable.
Right now, it looks like Gino's the one having to dig deep. Wait a minute.
He's going for that scarlet letter, but the counter there to the roll through into the cover. 1, 2.
Look at this, schoolboy.
Go on, 2.
Gino possibly with a last gasp effort here. Oh, onto the shoulders. We're about to see the F16.
F16. My gosh, cover 1, 2, and still no.
My goodness. Gino is fighting through everything the mysterious Q has. He's fought through the distraction from Gaspar. He's fought through a Q cutter. He's now kicked out of the F16.
This is an incredible contest between two of the very best Reality of Wrestling has to offer.
And look at that, Gino just crumbles. Maybe from exhaustion, maybe from the pain here that Q has inflicted upon him in this matchup.
See the legs failing here. We train so much as wrestlers to kick out of these pins that sometimes you may not actually have the energy to kick out. It's just instinct. He doesn't have the energy to stand, but he can still find a way to kick out. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, he got it.
Oh, possum. He's playing possum.
1, 2. Wait a minute. Q got his foot on the rope.
Mysterious Q found a way to get his foot on the rope there.
Found a way. You saw Gaspar Hernandez grab the leg there and put it on the rope.
I couldn't see it. Isaac was in the way.
The referee didn't see it. I sure as hell didn't see it. Kirby, carry on. Your glasses must give you better than 20/20.
You guys have got to be kidding me here.
I think Gino might have saw the same thing you did. Look out!
Oh! A twisting dive from the Mysterious Q to Gino, as Gino was paying attention to Gaspar Hernandez, taking his eyes off the prize.
Talk about the athleticism of Mysterious Q. We saw it on display there, taking advantage of Gino getting sidetracked by the big man.
Now Mysterious Q going up to the top rope, but Gino able to come back with an enziguri to the Mysterious Q.
You saw that leg, it almost wrapped around the head, kicking Q in the back. Q looks dazed.
He looks dazed. He looks dazed up there on the top.
And look, Gaspar Hernandez again getting involved.
Gaspar, oh, wait a minute.
Oh, my goodness.
Uh-oh, Gaspar providing enough of a distraction. Gaspar's playing.
Wait a minute. Q's in
Fool's game.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh! A Q cutter off the second rope. Cover. 1, 2, 3, and still.
Said that they could not get physically involved. And Gaspar Hernandez definitely did not get physically involved. But now, the match is over. The bell has rung. And Mysterious Q still stands as your Reality of Wrestling champion one way or another. As now it's just going to be a feeding frenzy for the heat.
Oh, wait a minute.
But wait a second. Wait a second. Here comes Edge Stone.
Edge Stone. Edge Stone is in there.
Edge Stone coming to the aid of Gino Medina, running Gaspar and Mysterious Q out of the ring, and he is fired up looking for a fight.
He is looking for a fight.
This stone don't crumble.
Edge Stone comes to the aid of Gino Medina. Two men have had their battles with the heat as of late. Mysterious Q walks out still your Reality of Wrestling champion. This was an incredible night of action, and what a great main event. Will this be the last we see of Edge Stone, Gino Medina, and the Heat? Something tells me no. For Clay Roberts and the historian Kirby Carry On. My name is the Bo Brad Gilmore. This is the Reality of Wrestling, and we will see every